past few mornings.
Yeah, I'd say, chilly out there.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're wearing your jacket. Really today as a whole will be cooler. I'd say highs in the 60s. We've had highs in the 70s over the last few days. So getting back slightly down there, but we'll pick up this weekend. All more details coming up next. Here's a look at one happy Friday. Wesco Home Furnishings Tower Cam. Sunrise starting to build into our region this morning. Light winds, so a nice but cool start. Neosho's still quite dark. Some people on the roads already heading off to work likely. I know you guys are getting the kids ready for school, and just slip a jacket in their bag or put one on them before they leave the door. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, so not too bad, but still cool. Freeman First Alert Doppler has us showing temperatures in that range, but our wind speeds light and variable. That is a plus when we see these cooler temperatures, because when we do have winds really picking up in the morning, it can emphasize how cold it is, so it won't be too bad this morning. And we'll see highs today in the 60s. I'll have more details coming up later with my full forecast. Now over to you, Tiffany.
Freeman Health System live First Alert Doppler Storm Center. Weather with Shelbi Schauble.
Hello everyone, happy Friday, best day of the week. We got a cool start to our morning. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but gusts will increase this afternoon. Really similarly to yesterday, we'll have a gradual increase with those winds. Wesco Home Furnishings Tower Cam, nice views out there across the city of Joplin. Waiting to see the sunrise come through. I'll be the sunshine right now. Got bright colors to celebrate spring. It's just been great so far. I mean, at least this week. Last week, not so much. Finally, things have calmed down. Freeman Health First Alert Doppler, Joplin 47 degrees, Veneta around 49. Some portions of our four states region already in the 50s. You still want to send the kids off to school with a jacket. I mean, I would wear a jacket. I wear a jacket every day, so I feel like I'm a little biased even if we're in the 60s. If I feel a slight breeze, I'm wearing a jacket outside. It's just what it is. I get very cold easily, but these are not our winds. Looking at our air quality, you want to make sure you're aware of this. If you have noticed that your allergies have been acting up as of lately, tree pollen and ragweed moderate, grass pollen and the UV index high. So with that grass pollen, that's probably getting a lot of your sinuses kind of activated, really just a bit, I'd say, all over the place. I've met a lot of you guys just telling me it is rough, and I feel for you. Luckily, I haven't been too affected by it, but I know a lot of you guys have. So just hang in there. Hopefully things will change. But UV index, you want to wear your sunscreen because it's high, sunshine beaming out there. We'll continue to have some surface high pressure build into the region over the next couple of days, but today some troughing will come through from the south, bringing things down a little bit for our highs. 60s for highs today, ranging from the low to upper 60s, but then we'll see a cold front to the west of us kind of start to come through. As that cold front comes through on Sunday, it will affect, a bit cooler air before it comes through on Sunday to us over the next few days. But then once we get, or I should say today, but then once we get to Sunday, we'll start to see some warm air affect into our region. Temperatures predicted on Sunday to be in the 80s for our highs. So a very warm weekend. The winds will shift from a northerly flow to a southerly flow, but the highest today in the 60s. Joplin 66 degrees, Coffeyville 71. So we'll be in those 60s and 70s for today. Then cooling down into tonight, those lows will shift. Looking at some 30s and 40s. So a bit cooler tonight. Haven't seen a couple 30s on the board in a little bit. Been more so 40s and 50s. And then tomorrow's temperatures will be back in the 70s. And gradually those temperatures will continue to increase, specifically on Sunday. But here's a look at our updated drought monitor. We saw this update yesterday afternoon. Very great progress. All the rain that we experienced over the last couple of days did not come in vain. All right, definitely made great use of that. Seen a lot of progress. I mean, really a lot of our drought has shifted just a little bit east and then off to the far west. Right here in the middle central portions of our four states, great, no drought, and that's really what we've been looking forward to. But the lack of rain predicted for the next week could regress us a bit. So we'll be looking for those conditions. Now here's a look at your KSN forecast from your local weather. And happy Friday. Cool start to our morning today. Gusts will increase over time to bring us some light and variable winds that will pick up to gusts close to 25 miles an hour. But our Wesco Home Furnishings Tower Cam got a nice little sunrise coming through to bless us on this Friday morning. We have made it, and this is beautiful. I'll be the sunshine right here while we wait for it to get up there in the sky. But our Freeman Health First Alert Doppler has these temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Joplin 46, Monette 45, Grove 50 degrees. So those temperatures will pick up as we get into our afternoon. But to start us off, feeling a bit cool and chilly across our 4 states region. Send the kids off to school with a jacket. Even if they fight you a little bit with it, just stick it in the bag. They'll want it for sure this morning. And if you are a sensitive group with those allergies, this is why you're feeling a bit more stuffy than usual. The culprit right here, grass pollen. Extra high UV index also up there, so you want to make sure you're wearing sunscreen. Send the kids off to school with some sunscreen on their face. Make sure you rub it in real good. It will be sunny out there for today. And really just monitoring some surface high pressure that will remain across the region, seeing a bit of a colder air mass out there today. That will transition as we get further into our weekend to a warmer air mass on Sunday. We'll see temperatures on Sunday up into the 80s, and that warm air will affect into the region. Also, when a cold front moves in, we'll see that bring the winds from a northerly flow to a southerly flow. So will be windy this weekend. Sundays predict to see gusts possibly up to 45 miles an hour. I know luckily prom for some of you guys or your kids is this weekend. We will see breezes start to come through on Saturday, set around 2 p.m. So maybe have them take their pictures a little bit earlier if they don't want their hair kind of blowing around everywhere. Maybe it'll look a bit majestic, you know, but keep it up or down, whatever they want. But just letting you guys know, but our highs today, Joplin 66 degrees, Coffeyville 71 degrees. We will see temperatures start to drop off today. That is due to that cold front that came through on Wednesday evening into Thursday, but the temperatures will increase once we get into our weekend, and tonight's lows will cool down into the 40s and 30s. It will be nice out there this evening, though. We'll see those temperatures kind of bring us also some light and variable wind flow, but back in the 70s for tomorrow. And I'm very excited for this weekend, especially the 80s, even though, you know, Sunday will be in the 80s and we'll see windy conditions. At least the winds will be joined with nice temperatures. You got to have at least one with the other. Here's a look at your KSM forecast from your local weather authority. Highs will be in the 60s. Sunny